Do you ever sit around and dream big? I mean, really big. Let yourself, dream the impossible, the extraordinary. All too often, many leaders dream too small. Now, I know that you have to run a business, you have to be profitable, you have to take care of the people, you have to keep things running like a smooth engine. But here's the thing I do know. Visionary leaders are willing to let themselves dream big. They're willing to suspend reality for a moment to say, what could happen? And they don't listen to people around them that say, I think the realistic goal is 10% this year or 10% this quarter. Visionary leaders are able to dream big. Now, one of the things that gets in the way of dreaming big is something that we're going to talk about. I'm not going to go too deep into this. I wrote about this in my book, The Trap of Success. But dreaming big often requires you to suspend how you're going to get there. That is one of the things that really gets in the way of you dreaming big. And others around you may ask you questions like, well, how will you create that? But it's not the time to answer how. The details of how actually diminish your ability to dream big. I have this kind of vision of Elon Musk sitting around creating the technology that goes with Tesla and all the things that are going on with the battery packs and what they're doing with acceleration. He didn't know how he would create a car that would go 400 miles, 500 miles. He just knew that he could do it. He knew that society needed it. So he allowed himself to dream big. That's, of course, the imaginary vision of him sitting around doing this. And of course, you may know this or may not know it, but he didn't actually create Tesla. Elon was an early investor, and there was actually two others that actually created the Tesla brand and idea, and he came in afterwards. But with all due respect, are you dreaming big enough? Are you truly letting yourself dream in a way that empowers you and inspires you? And those around you, do you let yourself think about how big of an impact you can make on the world, how big of an impact you could make within your market, within your community? How big of an impact can you create? Dreaming big doesn't require you to just dream, because the next steps beyond that are really a powerful way for you to show up in a different way. I'm going to go through those 3 steps because I really think that if you understand what these 3 steps are, you can achieve something extraordinary. And I want you to dream big and apply the 3 steps to those dreams. Here they are. When you sit down and think about creating something really big that's never been done before, and you want to make an impact that's incredibly outrageous, then you've got to look at yourself, because you've got to be willing to evolve as a person. You've got to be willing to let go of who you are today to become the person that you need to be to create something bigger than you have ever created before. Here's what I mean by that. When you think about what you've created and all the success you have, whether it be the money, the teams, the freedom that you have, the impact you're making in your market share, whatever it may be, you have gotten there because of who you are. Your talents, your ability to work hard, persevere, grit, all of those things have allowed you to create what you have today. But if you want something bigger than that, if you want something beyond where you are today, you've got to be willing to become a person bigger than you are right now. You've got to become someone that can create this and think about this and really align people together and align resources and people beyond where you are today. And that requires you to evolve as a person, evolve as a leader. And that is the first step when you dream big, is evolving as a person. Now, the second step in this is a little bit easier to understand, because if you have a big enough dream, you've got to become a leader that leads leaders. When you lead followers, they will do what you say do. Well, your big dream, that big thing that you want to create, requires leaders. They need to have a vision for the future that is different than today. They need to see hope and possibility. They need to not know how they're going to get there, but they need to have the same level of passion and approach to this as you do. Because you're going to encounter challenges and problems and obstacles, and you need leaders to help you, not just followers. And one of the things I do know too, the bigger your dream, the more likely you are to attract the most talented people to help you. For example, if you wanted to cure world hunger, or you wanted to cure cancer, there's lots of people working on these things right now, and they are doing it with the help of others. Some of those are paid, some of those are not paid. People want to be a part of something bigger than themselves. And so if you have a really big idea and you lead leaders, you'll make it an easier chance to attract the talent you need, and you will be surrounded by people that will help you move forward. Because the bigger the idea, the more it will require of you, and you can't do it alone. You've got to invite others in the journey with you. So that's step 2. And the third one is embrace failure. Well, because here's what I know for sure, that if you have something really big, a big idea, then you won't be able to do it just on your ideas alone. You've got to go through some things that won't work out. Any kind of innovation requires you to fail, learn from those failures, and keep moving. And if you embrace failure, then you will know that every step is a step in the right direction, no matter which way it is. Sometimes you go forward, sometimes you go backwards, sometimes it's sideways. Those are the good ones, right? Because when you embrace failure and you have a culture of people embracing failure, people aren't avoiding the risk of this. They're willing to try new things. They're willing to innovate. They're willing to push beyond normal conceptions. And that's exactly what you need if you want to make something really big come alive. I share these 3 steps with you because there's many more after this. But if you really get these things right, dreaming big will allow you to not just add 10% to your bottom line or create a space for you to have another lake house or whatever it is you want. Those things are fantastic. And I'm sure that you want to have more of those in your life. But here's what I do know. If you're a true leader and you really want to engage others, you've got to dream big. You've got to do the evolutionary work that requires you to step up as a human being and evolve. You've got to let go of what made you who you are today so that you become the person that can make this big thing happen. You also want to become a leader of leaders. You really want to inspire others to follow you. And not just follow you and do what you say do, but follow you in a sense of we're doing something big together. And finally, embrace failure. All of these things will allow you to step toward or inch toward something big. And at some point in time, you may even leap forward. But you do this because you've intentionally stepped into dreaming big. Hopefully this inspires you in a new way today. One of the things I want to invite you to, if you are a leader who truly wants to step up in a big way, then I want to invite you to check out Fast Growth Boardroom. That's something new that we've created to serve you as founders, CEOs, and presidents of fast growth companies. There's nothing else like it. We do some really cool stuff. If you go to fastgrowthboardroom.com, you can check it out, see if you could apply and see if you are a fit, because there's some requirements to be in this. You have to be in a fast growth company. You can't be someone who just thinks about growing fast. You have to have proven that you have grown fast in the past, and you must want to be an extraordinary leader. Not everybody wants to be a great leader. It's kind of confusing to me that they wouldn't want to step up in this way. But if you want to be a great leader, if you want to surround yourself with your peers of fast growth, then check out Fast Growth Boardroom. I say all this to you because if you want to create something big and extraordinary and dream big, then you're probably going to have to upgrade your leadership skills. And if you want to do that in a supportive group of people that are empathetic to who you are and can help you shape yourself and evolve beyond where you are today, then Fast Growth Boardroom could be exactly what you need. All you have to do is check it out. You can apply if you want to. And if you're not sure, apply anyway. You'll have a conversation with me, and we'll see if this is a fit for you. I'll explain to you how it works, what the benefits are, and what the real core ideas of this Fast Growth Boardroom are so that you can move and beyond where you are today. When you think of growth and you think of leadership, think of Growth Think Tank. As always, lead with courage. We'll see you next time.